Alright, it's 11th of June, and here in Hawaii, there's a lot of dragon fruits just about ready to harvest. This is a nice thick purple species, and this is actually the first wave. Actually, I had a wave before that, but it looked like none of them actually pollinated or they just fell off, but they're nice and round, probably we're ready to pick pretty soon. And yeah, there's other ones coming along. Usually you have many waves of them coming all together. And it depends on which plant this is. This is a pink species. And on the back side there's plenty of fruits. And here's like the Hawaiian orange type. And actually just harvested I think about 8 to 9 of these guys about 2 weeks ago. This was actually coming really quickly. And this type, it's a really thin stem one, so it doesn't seem to grow all that fast. And then here's one of my purple types. It's called Dark Star. And it's actually only one plant coming up here. And it may fruit this year, it may not, I'm not really sure, but it's definitely hanging branches that are coming down, so I might be able to see how the fruit tastes. And right behind, can't really zoom in that well. Yep, that's my dark red type, and it has probably about a dozen buds or so, all varying stages, 2 fruits. And I actually have to trim off the top every few months. Like I'll wait till the top gets to like 4 to 6 feet in terms of the branches, and I'll just lop them off so I can make more light for the bottom. So, but during the growing season, probably trim them off before it gets too shady. Right, moving on. Yeah, I have so many types. And this yellow type, I think on the last video, you only had 1 bud on it. And there's actually the one bud that turned into 1 fruit. It made a whole lot of fruits last winter. They're harvested around January to February, but it seems like this type is really unpredictable when it produces. It seems to like to do a lot of branching during the growing season, or during the winter time it fruits. So it's a little bit different. I think it's called the Megalinthicus. And then here's the Vietnamese white type. I'd say out of all my dragon fruits, this is definitely the most productive. And sometimes they make these yellow guys. That means it didn't get pollinated or it just doesn't have enough energy. But its first wave, they usually make really big fruits. Like last year, actually, I had one that was over 2 pounds. And you can kind of compare it to my hand. My hand's about 8 inches long, not that small. And I'm not really sure, but this one's going to keep on getting bigger. But it looks like some of these guys are probably going to get close to 2 pounds, if not exceed it again. Exceeding 2 pounds is actually really big for a dragon fruit, so it doesn't happen really often, but it happens every so often. Especially when there's a massive branch like this one. It's probably, one of these two might be over 2 pounds. But a lot of times they're going to keep on producing them, like some of these smaller ones. That's going to have so many, sometimes like 4 or 5 fruits on one branch. For example, this branch right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fruits forming on one branch. You can't really expect it to produce so much size when the 6 fruits coming on one branch. And I think that's the most I've ever gotten so far. And here's my maroon one, which tried to produce 2 fruits, but they fell off, so it might have not enough energy, probably didn't pollinate well, but it'll probably keep on trying to produce more again. And then here's just a standard, I think it's called natural mystic type. This is a type that gets a lot of aphid issues, and birds tend to eat the fruits too. That's why this one I'm going to have to pick it pretty soon. And I've already picked 4 of them. Here's another one that didn't form. I can just take those off. It's not 100%. And usually my excess cuttings, I just put them into a pot, maybe 3 to 5 cuttings each. And I share them with people. And here are some of the cuttings that I just got about a month ago. And these are actually purple and pink flower type. So it's, what's it called? Bruno, or what was it? Bruno? Oh, Bruni, yeah, Bruni. And then what's this called? Connie Mayer. They're all making a lot of new growth. And then Kua. Definitely a lot of new growth, so kind of excited to see what kind of flowers these guys make. But that's some of the more rare species. Let's move on to the back. On the last video, I didn't show my purple type, which actually has the fruit now. Yeah, this guy's gonna form pretty quickly, probably another 2 weeks. And it's, yeah, sometimes the guavas get eaten by the birds. But there's another 3 right here, and some more growth coming from the top. So once I actually get to trim the leaves a little bit, I'll probably get some more production. And then I actually have another couple of dark stars coming up these core trees. So I might have to trim the core trees a little bit more and train those guys a little better. But let's move on to some of my dragonfruits out back. That's my purple type. It's just hanging on there. Haven't really done too much on it. It doesn't do too well because it's on a slope. And it doesn't really get a lot of water because the water just runs down it. So I usually just use this guy to take cuttings. But oddly on the hill, I'm getting fruits. Like this guy's producing 1 fruit over here, and it's making some more buds. And you can kind of tell up here they're getting kind of dehydrated because it's not really raining much. I might want to water these guys a little bit. But yeah, that's the one issue you run into when you try to grow dragon fruits in a dry climate. One issue is it's really hard to produce fruit when the stems get shriveled up like this. See how it's really skinny compared to the stuff that I had down there, which I water every so often. But oddly, I'm still getting production. That's pretty amazing. These are nice, firm fruits. Just about the same size as the ones I had down there. So I'm still satisfied. I probably just need to give these guys a little bit of water. And I actually have never watered them yet this year, but they're well mulched, and probably give them a little bit of watering just to get them to fatten up and get them to give me a little bit of production, because yeah. And then this is a little tiny red type. And I still don't see anything forming from this yet, but it could this year because it's already branches hanging down. And I planted this over the winter, so I got up the tree pretty quickly. But as you see, all like the rest of the shrubs, it's all dried up. So that goes to show how resistant these guys are, because they're a cactus. They're really good at storing water. So as long as I water these guys, they can fatten up and be able to store the water for a good amount of time. So a nice red type. But sometimes they get eaten from the bottom, but as long as they root out well, make some arrow roots that go into the ground, it'll survive. And way in the back, I have a few dark red types. Seems like the bigger they get, the more resistance they have to drought. Because they can hold a lot more water and the roots go a lot farther. And this is one of the ones that basically got cut off from the bottom from whatever pests or like boars and stuff. This one's a little dehydrated. And the same goes with this one. but the one that's a little bigger, I think I have like 3 of these guys on here, is actually doing a little bit better. So yeah, definitely gotta give these guys a couple buckets of water, which I'll probably do right now, because I honestly haven't been up here in a while. It's been a few months since I've actually walked up here, like since my last video. So yeah, that's all my dragon fruits.